What's up, you guys? It's your girl, always Lorna Marie, and today we have a big video, I feel like, on my channel here. It's my EDC bag. This is my updated EDC. This is what I carry on me in my purse every single day. This is the updated 2.0 version of my EDC, which means everyday carry. I carry this bad boy on me every single day to just feel a little peace of mind. I always say peace of mind is priceless. So I like to be prepared for the worst and hope for the best, and I hope that I will never have to use anything in here, but if I do need to, it's ready at my fingertips. This is a bag that I carry on me every single day. I just did a pocket version. If you guys want to see that, I will link that in the eye above for you. But this stays inside of my day bag, which is my purse. I carry a backpack because I'm very active. I'm a mom of 4. I full-time travel in my RV around the US. This is my 3rd year, so needless to say, I'm always on the go doing things. So if you're an active person, you like leaving the house and going to do stuff, like something like this is just so good to have on you. I highly suggest, in the times that we're in, getting some type of preparedness kit together. They call me the kit queen here because I love building a well-executed kit. I love being prepared. It's kind of my superpower. So I like to help spread my superpower and empower everybody else to feel prepared when they're out there doing whatever it is they need to do. So today we're going to be sharing with you guys everything in here. I will be linking for you guys in a blog post down below that has all of the product links to the items inside of this bag. So click that link and it will take you directly there. I'm really excited to share this video with you guys. So without further ado, if you guys want to see what's inside my EDC kit, let's go. So if you guys want to catch up with me, stay to the end of the video. I'm going to do a story time. I'm going to tell you what's been going on with me, and I'm going to tell you the story of my car accident where I got a concussion a couple of weeks ago, like 3 weeks ago. So if you guys want to hear that story, stay to the end. Okay, you guys, 2.0 version is here. Are you ready? Let's get locked and loaded and grab a snack, get some tea, light a candle, an incense, whatever you're into. Get that good energies flowing, because right now I'm getting ready to share with you what's inside of this bad boy. First of all, I want to start off with the bag. That's, of course, the most important thing, is something to contain all of the things that we have inside here. So this is actually a traveling jewelry case. Now I kept looking and looking and looking, and I was looking at the men's pouches, and those are awesome. Okay, so if I was a dude, which I would still carry one as a woman, I don't think there's anything wrong with them, I would totally use a Maxpedition or something like that. They have some great sizes, great organization. So if you're into that, I will link a few of those down below for you. But for me, I have a very feminine bag, and I RV full-time. I live in dirt and I camp for a living. So I like to have a little bit of like bouginess wherever I can. I used to be real bougie back in the day. I lived in San Diego and I had a fat house, giant closet, and now I live a minimal life. Tiny closet, 10 pairs of shoes, camping full-time. So it is definitely a different lifestyle, which I love it. I wouldn't trade it for the world, but your girl needs a little bit of bouginess now and again. Okay, so that's where I try to do it, is for the things that are aesthetic and make me feel good. You know, it's a vibe, it's an energy. So this is what I have, this little case here. And what I like about it is it's quilted. It's got a quilted look to it. This is such a good zipper. Like, it's almost like it compresses everything. And this is heavy. I would like to weigh it and see how much it weighs. I would say it's probably a good, at least 2 pounds. It's got some girth to it. It's thick. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys a little side shot of it. I literally put as much as I could possibly put in here. So when you open it up here, what I personally liked about it is it's not black. I like that this has a cream look. Like, I've had black ones with black before. Oh, and if you guys have recreated my last EDC, you guys, my rule of thumb is always use what you have, do what you can. Do not feel like you have to run out and make this kit, okay? Revamp yours, get some more ideas. If you're looking for a smaller one, absolutely go out and get this, but I don't think you should have to feel the need to go run out and buy this. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong, I love purchasing things, okay? It's fun for me, especially in the middle of the night and I'm like half asleep, hit and send. Don't do that. So anyways, but yeah, if you have the one that I have, the larger one, I will pop up a little thing here. I'll link that video for you up above if you guys want to compare the two. There is a little bit of differences and changes. I mean, there's some things that I don't keep in here that I used to keep in here. Okay, so like there's a permanent marker. I don't keep that in here anymore. You know, just some things that I felt like I could leave out for me personally. You have to customize it for you. Like if you work in a city, you might need different things. If you work somewhere else, and I put too like other things, since I'm always in my car, I put those things like I had a water spigot that will open any type of water valve in an urban environment or in a house, and I put that in my car because I don't really need that. If I do need it, I will probably most likely have my car with me. I'm never without it at this point in time. So if that changes, you move and adjust things and change, roll with the punches. Okay, what I like inside of this bag, and I will give you guys all the angles. You guys know your girl is all about the angle. If I can't have an aerial shot of what you're doing, I might just click out of the video. Whoops. I'm kind of picky like that. Are you guys? So anyways, in the front here, I have a little sewing kit. I have larger ones that I keep in my purse. You guys will see that in my next video. I'm doing a what's in my bag video. I'm so excited for that one, but that one's gonna take a lot longer to do. So in this little front pocket here, I have just a little sewing kit. I do have a larger sewing kit. They kind of look like the ones you get from the hotel. I keep that in my purse. So that's another thing too. I have an amazing system. So if you guys are interested in seeing, I will mention this again in my next video. If you guys want to see my purse system, I would love to show you guys, because I have different pouches and bags that come in and out of my purse depending on where I'm going or what I'm doing. So movie theater, or I'm going shopping, need a tape measure, or I need my jacket, my raincoat. All of these things like interchange depending on the weather, what's going on. But I have an area. I love having just a little tiny kit. You just never know what's gonna happen. Then I have my hair ties and safety pins. I usually have some bobby pins, but I didn't put it in here because, girl, you know I'm not gonna need a bobby pin. You could probably use it for something though. I'm not gonna need a bobby pin necessarily when I'm out in the wilderness or trying to like save my life. So I also have fire starters, 2 little ones here, and waterproof matches. And I have everything in all of these little sleeves, and I've also labeled them at the top. Next up, we have Manuka honey. You guys, honey does so many things. Like if you need some calories, if you need, it has antibacterial properties. I mean, there's so many things that it can do for you. Definitely look it up because these are great. And they're little packets. Or if you're like, I really want some honey, I'm gonna steal it out of my EDC bag for your tea, you could also do that. Then we have some electrolyte powder mix. I think this is so important to have. Just even one packet could really be helpful. And if you're cleaning your water, this could also help the flavor of your water. Next up, we have a disinfecting wipe. I mean, there's so many purposes you can use for this. This is a Clorox wipe. I only put one in here. Then I have a saw. This is a finger saw. And this is the funny thing, you guys. I always get these people like, well, have you gone out there and trained, and do you know how to use your stuff? Absolutely. I've been camping since I was like 1, okay? Every single year I've sawed wood. I've stayed out in the wilderness. I stayed in a tent for a week straight in the rain, okay? As a child. I wasn't a child, I was like in the 6th grade, but I mean, that's a big deal to be able to say that you've done that. I went to a place where I got lice. I was camping and me and my best friend were picking lice out of our hair. We're like, what is going on? We didn't even know what it was. We had lice. I went to a place where there was lightning that hit a tree right next to us, and I had to walk to the bathroom to go there. And in the freaking toilet the next day, there was literally mountains of giant maggots. I know, it's disgusting. This is just the life that I live. Like, you would be so surprised on the things that I've experienced. But I'm also a tomboy. I know I don't dress like it. I know I don't talk like it, but I love sports. I love getting out here and learning things myself. I take pride in that. You know what I mean? So I would suggest to anybody that wants to build a kit or wants to do stuff like this, definitely get out there, go learn things. But chances are, if you have this on you and you don't know how to use it, even like first aid stuff, maybe somebody else will. So don't knock somebody else having something on them that maybe someone else could find useful that's with them, or maybe someone else knows how to use it. You know, just carry the things that you think you're gonna need or situations that you might be in. That is the rule of thumb. Next up, we have gloves. Of course, that could be for anything. If you need to put gloves on to treat a wound, or to touch something really gross, or dispose of like stuff, you know, whatever the case may be. I have an extra mask here. You're somewhere and you don't normally wear a mask, or they don't require you, and somebody's hacking up a lung and you have to sit by them, you got a mask on you. Next up, I have this tiny, tiny itty bitty pen. just like the one that I have in my pocket EDC, which, so when I use a little bag, like I'll switch it to a crossbody like fanny pack that I wear crossbody, that I put my little pocket EDC inside of. So when I'm not carrying this inside of my main bag, I take that pocket one and I put inside of there. I'll link that video up above in the eye for you guys as well, because it's a good video if you want to have something minimal and you don't want to carry this big old bag. It's a great video. But I had this little guy in here as well. It's a retractable pen, which I think is so cool. So that just goes in here. It takes up barely any room. Then I have a knife sharpener. I always say the most important thing is having like a super sharp knife. So I have taken that into hand. I like these ones here that are shaped like a pen. All the things that are shaped like a pen are, I feel like, are super helpful. I have a ferro rod. This is a different one. And can I start a fire? Absolutely. I grew up starting fires. So if you don't know how to start a fire, it's really fun if you want to just go in your backyard and over your fire pit or whatever, start practicing and try to figure it out. Try to make it spark. Some suck, okay? And nobody's going to light them. But if you can get a good one, like this is a decent one, absolutely try it. If you guys have not seen the show Alone, go now. If you guys are into all this preparedness and you like nature and all these things, Alone is the absolute best show. Thank me later and tell me what your favorite episode was, because I'd love to hear who your favorite person was. I know who mine is. Okay, next up is this little tool. It's a screwdriver that is shaped like a pen, and there's multiple different little heads in here that you can change. I've also labeled on the front here what things are. So next up I have a pair of scissors. I like these ones because they have a little sheath over them and they are sharp. These are good scissors. These are called cutting edge. I love these ones, super good. And then also, since it was a jewelry holder, they had little loops here, but I didn't need those. I was trying to like, oh, maybe I'll loop things to it. Unnecessary. I chopped them off. So if you want to leave those there so you can have the option to use it as a jewelry thing later, you could totally do that. Okay, you guys, so one thing that I forgot to show you was my tabs, my water purifying tabs. I just took a little bit of the stuff that keeps them dry and stuck it in this bag here, and I just put them right there. It's really important to have water purifying tabs. And then also, I forgot to mention this. This is mosquito dots. And I think if you get like stuck out in the woods or something like that, or you're outside at the not ideal time and you can't get indoors, you stick one of these on you and they repel mosquitoes. So those are also really great to have. So on the inside here, I put my phone number and my name with a label maker. Everybody always says, Lorna, how do you get your labels to stay? I don't know if I have just some kind of like magic, and I'm like, stay down, boy, and I just stay. But I never have a problem. I stick them to fabric all the time and they never fall off. I think it's usually a new item. I don't put it on something old, and I go straight from the wrapper to the thing and I smush it down really hard and I kind of work it in there and make sure it's on there really good. So next up is, now we're opening to the flap, okay? The zipper is not on this side. You open it like this and the zipper is here. So on the top here, it says first aid. I labeled it just in case, like labeling is just important. Even if you know what's in there, somebody else isn't gonna know, and you just describing it in a scenario where it's an emergency, you need to have it labeled. Also, if you want to refill it, you're like, what was in here? I know it was this and this. I know it's important, but if it says gloves, I'm like, oh, I just need to refill my gloves. So definitely label things when you can. If you don't have a label maker, ask for one for Christmas, because it is life-changing. Okay, I'm gonna just pull everything out of this little guy, and then I'm gonna go through this kind of fast. So we have Q-tips, a bag of gauze. We have three large bandages. I have a little panty liner. Then I have smaller waterproof bandages. Then I have, what is this called? The tape that sticks to itself. Ace bandage? I think that's what it's called. I forgot what it's called. My brain's not working properly. I have plenty of alcohol prep pads, because if you need to clean a wound, you got to be able to clean it. And yes, alcohol will hurt, but at least you have something to sanitize it. That's really important. And then I have 2 baby bandages and a tampon. Next up, right on the top here, I just have a thermal blanket. And I just want to give you a little hack. So I actually pulled one of these out. I was in Salem and we were doing one of these tours. I love doing tours, but the windows were down and it had just got done raining and my kids were freezing. So I pulled one of these out and I put it over them, and it just like blocked the wind from being on them, but it was so noisy. So only do it in a like emergency. Now I have a little blanket that I actually keep. It's a pocket blanket in my purse. So stay tuned for that. I will share which brand, and I went through a couple of them to find the one that I absolutely love. But I cut these in half because what I noticed with that one, I'm like, whoa, this is huge. Like even for an adult, you don't need a lot of this. They like make it like almost 2 adult sizes in my opinion. So open it up. I didn't fully open this one to cut it. I just opened it up lengthways to see how long I could cut it. So I cut them all in half. So now I have double the amount, and I put them in back into the sleeves and made little new baggies for the other one. So now it's also more compact and thin, and I just love that. That just is helpful in a pack like this. All right, next up I have, these are 2 little pill cases. I stuck them in this little clear thing because I don't want them to roll around in here, because I had another little thing that is already lost. So that had my earplugs in it. Anyways, this has Benadryl and Tylenol. I feel like those are the like 2 important ones to have on you. So I don't have any other type of like pills or medication. Like that's it. I have a fat first aid kit in my backpack. You guys already know like first aid is super important to me. I also have a little trauma kit that I carry with me in my bag depending on where I'm going. If I'm going to the beach, I'm going to a pool, I'm going to anything where we're going to be super active, even if it's raining and the weather's a little bit bad or whatever it is, I will bring my trauma kit with me because you just never know. Okay, so after the pills, then I have this guy here. This is a little mini crowbar, and it is very strong. This is the one the men have on their channel, and it's a good brand. So I'm pretty sure that I got one from another guy who suggested this, and it's very, very sturdy. So this is a good one. This will definitely help out. But like in the front of this bag too, this little pouch section here, everything is labeled, and you guys will see that when I give you your close-up. I actually just had a bigger version of my nail clippers. I switched it to my smaller one because this one is better for inside this bag, and it just slides right in here. So anyways, I normally had a tape measure in here, but I took that out because I'm gonna keep that in maybe in my purse or my essentials thing, because if I'm measuring furniture or something weird and I'm out, I can use it out of that, but I don't feel like I need it in here. Next up, I have some SPF lip balm. This is such a great one. It's so tiny, from Walmart. I will link this for you guys. Like I said, everything is linked in a blog post down below. You definitely want to click that magic link so you can get to all the products. So next up, I have some little rope here. This is supposed to be like super, super little. It's really skinny and fine, but it is very powerful. So you could definitely make some things out of this or do whatever you need to do with that. This is just a pink little knife here. Okay. This is Master, I don't know what that is, but anyways, Filipinos are known for knife fighting, so watch out. Then I just have a little pair of tweezers. I have a bottle opener. Then we have 2 floss and 1 wisp, which is a little mini toothbrush that has some dry toothpaste, so you can just brush your teeth if you need to. Then I have a little tiny compass. And then I have this notebook. This is the last item. This is a little notebook. You can also write on here. It's like supposedly like a really good one. And then I have some cash. I stick cash wherever I can for emergencies, and you have no idea how many times I have come in clutch because I'm like, just for example, we're in Maine and we're at this lobster place and it said 5% discount if you have cash, and I was like, hold on, let me get that cash and get that 5% discount. So okay, so I'm gonna share with you guys where I have been. It has been really crazy. So I took 2 weeks off, which kind of threw my whole system off because I had wanted to have videos in the works and all of that, but I had to give myself so much grace during this time. And I just hope that if you guys are going through something where you feel like the world is like crashing down on you and all these things are happening at one time, just know that I totally get it. Sometimes it feels like the world is not fair. So many things can happen to you and you just lose perspective, you know? I was working out every day. I was on my water. I was just like, I was in my groove. You know what I mean? Have you been there where you just felt like you were just doing so good? I was taking my kids to the park, and while they're at the park, I would be working out. It just worked out so good. So after being in that groove, then I'm on my way to go get my nails done, and we were in Niagara Falls. I forgot what the town was called. It's something Island. Grand Island, I think it was called. But there's a bridge that connects the city to the island. And right when I got on there, I was like looking straight ahead, and you can kind of see like water in your peripheral, and I had like, you know, water. You know, I could just see that it was a huge bridge, and I'm by myself. Like, thank God none of the kids are there. But I just had this really eerie feeling, and I was like, God, well, it would be horrible to get in an accident right here. All of a sudden, I swear to you, 30 seconds later, boom, 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 car after car after car, slam, slam, slam. And I'm like, oh my God, no, not now, not at the top of this bridge. And it was one of those creepy bridges, okay? Like the bridge that has no shoulder. So I slam as hard as I could on my brakes because I did not want to hit that person. I am in a dually Ford 350. So anything that my car touches, it's smashed, it's done, and I could really hurt somebody in that car, and I'm very conscious of that. So I literally slammed my brakes so hard. So of course, me slamming them because I'm preventing myself from hitting somebody else, somebody's gonna smack into the back of me, and that's exactly what happened. So I slammed my brake, and I'm just like, oh, I could feel it, and it was so weird because I felt like they were super far away, but they still hit me, the people. I don't know how they did that, but they were like far back, and all of a sudden I anticipated, and I think because I kind of felt it because I was slamming on my brakes, knowing or feeling like somebody was going to hit me, I like clenched up really tight, and it tightened my neck, and it was just, oh, it sucked so bad. And I was like, okay, my car's not that bad, my kids aren't in the car, I didn't go over the bridge, so I minimized. It's so annoying, you know what I mean? It's like you treat other people better than you treat yourself. I'm better now at treating myself a little bit different, and I'm so glad that I could recognize that I minimized it. So when I was talking to Lee, she's like, are you okay? And I'm like, I'm fine. I felt like I was fine. I think my adrenaline was up, and I was just grateful for all those other things not happening, like I said. But then as time progressed for the next 2 days, I was like, oh, my neck hurts so bad. So I started having pain, and I was like, oh my gosh. So I waited a few days. Oh no, actually, you know, I waited like 4 or 5 days, and I ended up going to the emergency room because it was not going away, and I just felt a little dizzy, and I felt like hecka weird. Like the first day I was like hella dizzy. I was just like, whoa, I thought it was like my vision. I was just like, what the hell's going on? And then just got worse. It didn't feel better. So when I went there to the emergency room, I was there for like 9 hours, and they finally told me that I had a concussion, and luckily it was nothing super major. I mean, concussion is a serious thing. It's like brain trauma, you know, from whiplash. That's what I had. But everything else was good. Like I wasn't gonna die or anything like that, but I was just gonna be sore and in pain. And so he prescribed me some pain medications, which I ended up never picking up, of course. I just took like some over-the-counter stuff, and I don't really do good with pain medication anyways. I don't know, just not for me. So anyways, so I have been just going through that and finally starting to feel better. And just the last few days, like as a YouTuber, you kind of feel like that pressure rising up in you. I'm sure it's like with any other job. It's so hard to do my job. It's building a mosaic. I tell everybody that I have 100 steps until completion. It's just one of those jobs, and it's creative. So you want to enjoy your job, you know what I mean, while you're doing it. And if you're not in the best of spirits or in the mood, and I have the best subscribers, you guys are the best. I'm like, take your time. People are like, take your time, it's okay, we'll be here, and da 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 da. And I just love that. But I think I have post-traumatic stress from being off for 6 months, and I just don't want to deal with that. So all right, you guys, I hope you enjoyed my EDC bag. I just love creating these videos for you guys. It makes me feel so good to be prepared. It's like a warm, fuzzy blanket, you know what I mean? It's comforting. And I just hope that I can pass that comfort and preparedness feeling onto you guys. Like I said, everything's gonna be listed in a blog post down below. Also, don't forget, if you wanna be a VIP, become best friends with me, sign up for my newsletter down below so you guys don't miss out on anything. And thank you guys again so much for watching. Today's secret emoji is a flower. Leave me any type of flower down below and let me know that you've made it all the way to the end. When you guys do that, it really benefits my channel, so thank you so much. Thank you guys again so much for watching, and until next time, I'm always your girl, Lorna Marie. Bye.